Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel for another brick building video. Today we're gonna build an IBLOCK, which is the Ukrainian brand, and we're gonna build the KrAZ Medical Service. So this is the only IBLOCK I bought from the КrAZ series, and what КrAZ is a Ukrainian brand of vehicles. So all the other ones I bought are all in the Army series, and I specifically bought this because Medicny Služba means medical service. So basically it's a military ambulance, which is basically the job that I'm doing here in Ukraine. So I thought that would be cool for me to own a similar vehicle that I work in. I don't work in a vehicle like this, but I work in similar vehicles. And it's only 200 pieces. It's a really small model, but I think it looks kind of cool. We can see here on the back some details. It's a lot of lights here, so there's some glare. And here we can see that it has working doors and it's a realistic model. And it says КrAZ Українське понад усе, so Ukraine above everything. So I think that's a nice little souvenir from Ukraine, and I think it's going to be fun to build too. We got some stickers, unfortunately, but there doesn't seem to be too many stickers. Let's go ahead and open this up. And we don't have any numbered bags. It's 200 pieces, and it comes with two figures, so I guess this is like at least 10 pieces, maybe 15, and there's two of them, so that's going to be 30 pieces. So it's 170 pieces without the figurines, which I'm not going to build because I'm not a fan of those. Figurines. And then we have our stickers. So yeah, I don't like stickers, but at least it's not too much. And then we have a very big piece here. I've never seen one of these before, but yeah, that's going to be the front of the vehicle. That's a little bit weird. And then here we have our build manual. So we're going to have, let's see here, 31 steps. So that's not too bad, and 21 pages. But again, this is a small one with only 200 pieces. Okay, let's go ahead and build. So there you have it, guys. It's built. Unfortunately, there's no speed build in this video because my camera bugged out, so it never recorded any of my building. It took me approximately 30-35 minutes, so it wasn't very long build, and it wasn't very complicated. And let's go on the review part now. So, I mean, first of all, this was a very cheap model. It's only 200 pieces. It's, a Ukrainian Lego brand, so you gotta have, a little bit lower expectations than if it was a Kobe model, for example. But there's a few things that I don't like about this model. The first thing is, like always, the stickers. And, I don't like stickers generally, just because I think it's boring. I really don't enjoy the step of putting them on, because I think it's kind of hard to get them on exactly right, and I don't have the energy or patience for it, so I just end up putting them on as fast as I can and then moving along, and then you don't really get them perfect. But one thing that I really don't like with stickers is, like, let's see if I can show an example here, like these stickers. These stickers are over several pieces, so that means that if I ever want to take this down into pieces, I can't do that without destroying the stickers. And there's several of those stickers on this, and I really don't like that, because, if I ever want to pack this down, or if I want to sell it, give it away, I'd like to, take it apart piece by piece until it's, completely apart. But with the stickers, you can't do that, because if you do that, you have to destroy the stickers. Another problem with the stickers is that this is one that I'm going to want to display to kind of, show people about my service in Ukraine. And if you're going to have this out, in sunlight, these stickers are going to fall off. It might be a few weeks, it might be a few months, it might even be a few years, but eventually they are very likely to fall off. So that's another thing I don't like about the stickers. But we knew they had stickers going in, so I can't complain too much about that. Then there's a second complaint I have, and that's about the build itself. Now, I'm not colorblind, but I have to say on this example, it is extremely hard for me here to see which colors these things have. And as I'm looking now, as I'm recording this, I'm looking at my phone screen, and I gotta say, on the phone screen, for some reason, it's actually more clear. But in reality, it's not this clear. So these are, let's see, there's 3 different colors. And if I don't look at the camera screen, they all look black to me besides this one here. So this one I think was green. This one is green. This one is transparent, obviously. That's even visible on the paper itself. This one is black. This one is black. This one is green. And I think this one is black. But that was extremely hard to see when building it. And I had a, let's see if I can find you one more example. I had a few of those moments, like this one also. Well, they're all green, but they kind of look black to me. And again, I'm looking at the phone screen, and here I think they have a more clear shade of green. But on the paper itself, they really look black for some reason. So that is one complaint. And then I have another complaint, which is the problem I think with all of these IBLOCKs, is that there is a little bit of fake stuff here. So if we look at the box, we see that the windows are transparent. You can kind of see, you know, you see into the back, not the back seat, but the back window, and you see through the front window to the side window, and you can't do that here. You see it's all gray. So I really don't like when they do that. You know, they should show the model as it is. If we look at the front lights, they're circles, but this one has, you know, squares. So that's also fake. If we look at the blue here, the sirens, you know, they're very clear blue, but our sirens is, you know, very different color. If we look at the back of the box, we have this area here. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, this area here next to the red cross, there is some pieces there, which, you know, because there shouldn't be a separation between the truck and the back side. But on the real model, there's just a gap there. So if you look here, you see that gap? Very strange gap, but there is a gap there, and that's how you can't put this any closer due to this part. So this is, everything is where it should be. But if we look at the build here, there's pieces there. So on the box, there's a different build actually, because the real model, there's no spare pieces, there's no pieces left. There's nothing there, it's just a gap, and that's really bad. That's you know, if that was a model I had bought back home in Sweden, I would have called the manufacturer and demanded you know, my money back or something. I think that's really bad. You shouldn't be able to do that. So I think that's really bad. But again, this is a very cheap model, and I did not have very high expectations for the price I paid. I'm still happy with it. So it rolls like it should. It has some cool markings. This is the markings of the Ukraine Army. And then we have the MacLeod Medical Service, and we have kind of functional doors here, you see. And then if you look inside, you have some room for patients, I assume, to lay down, one on each side. And then you can close the windows again. And that's pretty much it for all the functions. So basically it has those back doors which open, and it rolls. So for the price, yes, I think it was a good and fun build. But if it would have been more, I struggled to remember what I paid for it. I think I paid like $5 for it. I mean, that's nothing. And for me, it's like a personal thing because I'm in the medical service, so it's interesting for me, but for someone else, it might not be. Okay, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the unboxing and review, and now let's look at some cool photos of it. And I'll remind you, if you liked the video, please give it a comment, take a second and like the video. Subscribe so you don't miss out on my next builds. If you want to help me out a little bit extra, you can become a supporting member of the channel or do a one-time donation with YouTube Super Thanks or PayPal. Okay guys, thank you for watching. See you next time.